Hi, everyone. I wanted to jump on and just share something that came up for me in the last week, really, that's a little vulnerable, which is about when am I too much and when am I too little? I have been told for a good chunk of my life, really like the first half, that first by my dad, like I was too dramatic, I was too emotional, and that I was too much. I talked too much in school. I do talk too much. I love to talk. In fact, my husband said my brand is talking. Um, and I love it. And that equals too much. And then there was a period over the last sort of like 10 to 15 years that I began to really translate too muchness into shrinking. And I played with this idea of like shrinking, saying less, taking up less space in the room, taking up less air in the room. And I have to say, I think there's a third way, which is how do I, and now I'm really feeling this, particularly in the last week, of like how I can feel big without taking up air in the room. How I don't have to shrink, how I don't have to let go of the totality of me, which is energetic and big and expressive and fun. But while I can also track that everyone else in the room has enough space for that to come forward if that's how they want to express. And so I think there's a difference between too little and too much, or shrinking and taking over the room. And there's just shining your light and being that light. And you know what? If the feedback still comes back to you that you're taking up too much space in the room just by shining your light, that's not a you problem.